So welcome everybody to an introduction of a series that is returning from Forza Horizon 3, though in a remarkably different kind of setup. And yeah, so it's extreme power, no handling autocross. So yeah, in Forza Horizon 3 we're on a circuit that has some jumps and some off-road and tarmac sections. This is somewhat similar, but I've changed up a few little parts. So yeah, basically it's the cliffside scramble. I'm just in this stock Sunbeam just to show you off the course and what we'll be doing. So yeah, it's gonna be 2 laps around this circuit, which I'll show you. And yeah, it does say 3 laps, but I'm calling it. I'm just doing them in terms of the 2 laps purely because I'm not sure whether or not it will record the time at the end of the race. Plus, I don't want you just looking at a screen like you have to do with extreme power, extreme off-road silly builds. So yeah, it's a couple of things why I'm doing it like that, but it will be just the 2 laps because unlike the previous series in the previous Forza Horizon game, this is a lot longer in terms of how long it will take to get round it. And yeah, it's also going to be a bit more difficult as well, so that's why it will be a while. So yeah, I'm just going to give them a few seconds to get around. So yeah, a couple of new rules as well. Obviously certain times the vehicles won't be allowed on here in terms of how well they handle, and also because all-wheel drive vehicles tended to have a bit of an advantage in the previous series, there are now going to be no all-wheel drive vehicles. There will be those vehicles in, but they won't have all-wheel drive. They'll only be 2-wheel drive. Most of them, I'm pretty sure you can only convert all-wheel drive vehicles to rear-wheel drive. So yeah, they'll be rear-wheel drive. I think that'll make it a bit more interesting to see what vehicles that did have all-wheel drive and didn't have so much power can now deal with when they only got rear-wheel drive and far more power. So yeah, vehicles will basically just have a lot more power. The only upgrades will be engine upgrades. There will be no lightweight, upgrades or brakes or suspension or anything like that. The only upgrade that will most likely ever happen outside of engine upgrades is the gearbox, because some cars have really rather rubbish gearboxes that limit the top speed, and it's really not fair for the gearbox to limit the top speed of a car when it's got so much extra power. So yeah, it'll only generally be the street transmission though, so it's not going to be the race one or anything like that. So yeah, that's the only upgrade outside of the engines that will possibly need to be done, and obviously any all-wheel drive vehicles will also be converted to rear-wheel drive. But yeah, there'll be no handling upgrades, there'll be no extra tyres or anything like that. So yeah, most of this circuit is dirt. I'm not going to lie about that, but the tarmac sections are a little bit more tricky than they were in Forza Horizon 3. There's a couple of hairpins and yeah, a couple of straights as well. So yeah, but it's going to be this dirt section that is going to be the most challenging. Plenty of bumps and jumps, some narrow sections, some cliff tops you can fall off, and yeah, because obviously it's raining as well, that's going to be offering some traction issues. But it's all in the name of having seeing what vehicle can deal with all of these conditions and challenges and do the best that they can. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what vehicles can do what kind of times, really, especially the ones that are going to be rear-wheel drive over their all-wheel drive standard layout. But yeah, this Talbot here is obviously dealing with this alright, because it might well be rear-wheel drive, but it is hardly overpowered for the kind of setup that it is. Obviously if I massively upgraded it, it would be struggling a lot more, but it's showing it off alright, quite frankly. So yeah, I really rather do like this part of the map. And yeah, there will be some vehicles that will struggle more than others. I can imagine the likes of the like Robin or the BMW i7 really rather struggling, which is one reason why to keep it only to 2 laps, because if those kind of cars really struggled on extreme off-road silly builds where they were over 2 minutes, I wouldn't want to be doing 3 or 4 or even 5 laps on this circuit when there are those kind of cars that really will struggle in terms of getting around in a decent time. Quite frankly, I'll be surprised if any car gets below 2 minutes, but that's what we're going to be finding out. So yeah, as you can see, this tarmac section isn't, you know, massive or anything like that, but these higher pins will offer some challenges. And obviously you've got this semi-sharp left-hander to the finish line, which will also challenge any car that has to deal with understeer. And then we're right back to where we were, to the dirt bit. So yeah, it's a fun little circuit this. Not massively long, as you can see. We got under 3 minutes there in this Talbot, and we're only standard. So yeah, it won't be the longest of races, but it'll be a fun one, and it'll be a challenging one, and it'll be interesting to see what vehicles can do what compared to other ones. Because yeah, now that we've eliminated the all-wheel drive aspect, it's really fair game, to be honest. I hope it does make it a lot more, you know, equal in terms of what vehicles can do what against each other. Obviously some cars will have a little bit more of an advantage. SUVs, for instance, with their higher ride heights and off-road suspension, will have a little bit of an advantage, but I hope that the rear-wheel drive aspect that they'll now have to deal with will even that aspect out. So yeah, can't wait to get doing it. The first proper episode of this series will be on Friday. I'm not quite sure what vehicle I'm going to choose, but I will also be upgrading the vehicle in the video, so you can see what engines I can choose from and the kind of power and stuff like that, and it'll be more visually interesting than seeing me just sitting here with a car telling you about what it can do acceleration wise and what power it has, etc. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in that episode on Friday, but nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.